Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Mary and I post videos about 3 times a week. They are all beauty related, anywhere from get ready with me's, shop my stash, trying on new makeup. If it's beauty related, I will be posting it. So I would love it if you could click the subscribe button and stay for a while. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So of course, as you could tell from the title of the video, I placed a small order on Sephora, and in that order, I got one of the new Milk Makeup Cooling Water Jelly Tint Blush. I'm sorry, I know it's gimmicky, but even before it went viral on TikTok and all the socials, I actually was pretty intrigued. So I did pick one of these up. And also my Wicked Widow Beauty order is here. They launched a Valentine's Day themed palette and I purchased it, so here it is, and we're going to create probably 2 eye looks today with this palette. So let's go ahead and get started with applying some makeup on my face. Okay, hair is pulled back. Base is done. I went into the NARS matte foundation mixed in the Surratt dewdrops. Then I went into the Fenty concealer, the new one, where even I think is what it's called. For cream contour, I went into the Westman Atelier. I have not gone into cream bronzer because I do have a product that I want to compare this new Milk Makeup Jelly Blush Tint with. But first, let's talk about this. Okay, so the Milk Makeup Cooling Water Jelly Tint Lip and Cheek Blush Stain. I purchased just one. I probably shouldn't have even purchased this, but like I mentioned, I was really intrigued by this product, and mostly because I wanted to compare it to the Undone Beauty. This is called the Water Bronzer. They're not even close to being like similar products at all, because I thought it was going to be more like this, and it's not. It's an actual jelly, which I'm sure you know because you've seen this all over social media. I did not, of course, get this in PR. I purchased this myself. It retails for $24 and there's 4 different shades available. I purchased the shade Burst, which is the poppy pink. Last time I checked, Chill, which is the red one, was sold out, but it looks like it's back in stock on the Sephora website. So let me read you a tiny bit of the description here. A long-lasting blush and lip stain with a hydrating, bouncy jelly texture that glides on for a sheer, buildable burst of color that lasts all day. Yes, I think that's probably a perfect description about this product. Hold on, let me put on a tiny bit of this Rhode Skin lip treatment because lips are a tiny bit dry, and I'm going to put this on my lips. I don't want it to cling onto my dry spots. I do enjoy the cute color coding. Every single one is like the color that it coincides with, which I do really like. So this has a 6-month shelf life. Whoa, I did not know that. And where was this made? If I can find it.
A few moments later.
Okay, found it. It was made in the USA. Here is what the component looks like. And then this is from Undone Beauty. So the reason I wanted to compare to Undone Beauty, one, this has water in the title as well. So when I first saw the teasers for these, I honestly thought it was going to be like the Undone Beauty. But it's a stick and it's a stain. It is a stain. It does stain. It feels cooling. The only difference is that this is hard. It's not like a jelly. But I thought they were going to be like this, and they're not. It is an actual jelly. So it does have the little protector, and you just, and then pop it out, and there's like little liquid residue in the cap, and it even looks like there's liquid on top. So what did I say? Burst is the name of this shade. Yes, let me swatch it. Ooh, yeah. It feels like jello. So see how the finish is similar? I don't have a blush in this formula from Undone Beauty, but it's been on my mind and I've wanted to pick it up, and I'm glad I didn't, because now I have this one which is like the similar kind of effect. So that's why it reminded me of this. Let me go ahead and apply this real quick because like I said, I don't have a cream bronzer on. And the best way I have found to apply this is pick it up from the stick and then apply it, since it is a stain, and as you can see it's a pretty clear base. Swiping, it just lifted up my product. So I think I kind of have an advantage as to the best way that this Milk makeup is going to work for me. But so far I haven't seen too many issues with these from, I mean, they are short reviews on like TikTok and stuff. By the way, I'm not on TikTok. It's just people post their TikTok posts onto Instagram, and that's how I see TikTok posts. Okay, this is the Sheer Buffer from Sonia G. And for this one, I don't swipe. I kind of just tap and then blend, because like I said, it is a tint, like a stain. So swiping is not going to do much. Okay, there it is. Very pretty. It's definitely more of a natural kind of product, like I mentioned already. The base is pretty sheer, you know, like you can see my skin underneath the pigment. So I feel like if you're somebody who loves full coverage foundation, this might not be a product for you. Maybe use it for underpainting before you go in with foundation. I just don't see this sitting super well on top of a bunch of foundation. I have seen, I think, 2 reviews where the person definitely had a good amount of foundation on their as their base, and you could see patchiness happening. So that, like, that's what I think of when I think of this product. Full coverage, this is not for you. This is not for you. It's more of a fresh, natural, just bringing out and enhancing my beauty kind of product. Okay, here, let's wipe these. You see that? So it's like a stain, and you could see this too, but this one's kind of wiping, and the Milk makeup is staying put. Yeah. I'm not going to touch this because, as you could see, but you see that? It moves because it's an actual jelly. Okay, so I think I'm going to start first with applying with a brush. This is the BK Beauty 109, and I'm going to try and pick up the product with my brush, and it's staining it. Okay, good, good, good. I have a feeling this is a product you probably have to work fast with. That's pretty. See how it's just giving a tint? I feel like if you pick it up with a brush, it just gives you a little bit more leeway as far as blendability goes. Because of the nature of the product, it probably dries down fairly quickly if you swipe on, but for the sake of this video, let's do that. Okay, no product on the actual bullet. Oh yeah, see, it's already sticking. Yeah, prefer method of use for myself personally, picking it up with a brush from the stick itself. I like having more control rather than no control at all. All right, my lovelies, face is nice and powdered. I went into the Huda Beauty pressed powder for my under eyes, and then I used the Chanel loose powder for the rest of my face. And the number one thing that I truly enjoy about tints is that they still peek through even after you powder. I think I'm going to try the Milk Makeup Jelly Tint on top of powder once we're done with the eyes, just to see if it works once you've set your face. But now, let's focus on Wicked Widow Beauty, which is the next new item I'm going to try in this video. The Lovesick collection, because they actually did launch more than just a palette. So they launched in 8-pan, I think it's 8-pan, which is sold out, which is awesome. Oh my goodness. The palette is sold out. That's great. Yeah, so it has 8 different shades, and it's like a small palette. The last palette I purchased from Wicked Widow Beauty was the Halloween themed palette. Monster Mash, I think is the name of it. I love that palette. The theming, which is Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein, they are my #1 favorite couple ever. They just, to me, it's perfection. He would die for her. He would do whatever it takes. Like, she was made for him, and he would die for her. I don't know. There's just something about Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein that I even have the Bride of Frankenstein tattooed on me, and I actually do have an appointment later on this month to get Frankenstein tattooed on my arm as well. They're just my favorite couple of all times. But enough of that. Let's talk about this Valentine's collection. The Lovesick cosmetic bag. So this was supposed to be a tiny bit bigger, and when they received the shipment, the company that is, it's smaller than they anticipated, so they went ahead and changed the pricing. And then the Lovesick lip trio, which I decided to skip on. I have not used any of my liquid lips, so I just don't really purchase them these days. I can't even remember the last time I purchased one. Okay, let me show you the palette and the makeup bag. Okay, so this is how it came. It does have a little Wicked Widow postcard, which was on top, and they were so kind to send me the makeup bag and my palette that I purchased inside the makeup bag. So this is the size. I feel like this is a pretty good travel, like to carry your everyday makeup and maybe some skincare. Now the palette was packaged very well. It had a sleeve that fit the palette itself, a bubble sleeve, and then it was wrapped and taped with another bubble sleeve on top of that. So packaging, amazing. My palette arrived safe, but here it is. So cute, so small. I love the theming. I love themes. I'm a theme person. If I would throw a birthday party every year for my birthday, you best believe it would be a themed party because I love themes. Yeah. So let me show you the color story. There it is. So pretty and not your typical Valentine's Day palette. Those of you who don't know, red is my favorite color. But ask me how often do I wear red? Not very often at all, even though it actually looks pretty good on me. But I don't know what it is, but when it comes to red eyeshadows, as I'm sure a lot of you can relate, I'm pretty scared to wear them. And even though it is my favorite color, I don't wear red often. I just don't. Valentine's Day themed makeup is one of the makeup that I normally don't gravitate towards too. But when I saw this, I was so happy because this is not your typical Valentine's Day themed color story, right? It's very romantic, it's very soft, and I am digging it so much. Like I mentioned, it is sold out, which, I mean, I'm sorry for you guys, but yay for Wicked Widow Beauty. Congratulations. So the Lovesick palette, it retails for $36. I'm pretty sure I had to pay for shipping, and I think my total came out to $40. I don't know if they offer free shipping. Probably do, but I don't see the amount that you need to spend to get free shipping. Okay, so there's 4 mattes, 4 duochrome multi-chromes, and the palette is also magnetic, vegan and cruelty free. Okay, let's dig in, shall we? Alright, so like I mentioned, I will be creating 2 eye looks with this palette. More than likely, the second eye look, I will not be able to film it until tomorrow, but it'll be the same day for you. Okay, so for this first eye look, I don't even know where I'm going. Let's start with this beautiful brown right here, which is called Come Back Home. This is an E2 from Wayne Goss, and I'm going to put this in the outer corner. I don't mind if palettes don't have a super dark shade in the palette. I don't need my outer corner to be super thick. I'm not one of those gals that always needs for their outer corner to be super thick. So for me, yeah, when I saw this, I honestly didn't feel it was missing anything. I thought it just looked perfect and beautiful and soft and romantic, and I needed to have it, you know? Okay, that's what that looks like. So I definitely feel like this brown has some mauvey pink undertones in it because I feel like it looks more mauvey pink with maybe a touch of brown than it does on the pan. But I'm not mad at it. I actually much prefer what I'm seeing right now. Okay, I'm going to jump into the, looks like the darkest matte in the pan, possibly maybe, Letting Go. This is a What's Up Beauty R102. Yeah, we'll see if this looks darker than the shade I have on. Okay, yeah, a little bit deeper, not by much, but this will work. And they're blending out beautifully. Like I said, when I saw this, I just thought of soft romantic shades, and that's exactly what I feel is coming out as far as the eye look. A very soft, romantic, Valentine's themed eye look, and I'm digging it. Okay, that's what it's looking like. I did put on some NYX glitter glue, and now I'm debating in between which shimmers I want to go into. So I think I'm gonna do this one and this one. Yeah, and I want to use this pretty, very light lilac purple in the inner corner. Okay, and it feels like a chunky kind of shadow. Oh yeah, very soft. Ooh, might have picked up a tiny too much on this one. Okay, this shade, Love Like Winter, is so pretty. I did get a tiny bit of fallout, but honestly, that was my bad. I picked up too much on my finger. It has like blue, purple, green, and pink sparkles. It's so pretty. Okay, now let me dig into the pink one, which is called Fall For You. And that's gonna go into the inner corner. This one's like an icy. Okay, and this one has like purple. No, like blue, maybe light green sparkles in it. It's really pretty. Okay, with this Sigma and Samantha Ravindal detail pencil brush, I went into some white concealer and put some in the inner corner. Now I'm gonna jump into that pretty light lilac purple, 3 Last Words. And this is gonna go in the inner corner. Oh yeah, pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, here is completed eye look number 1. With the Lovesick palette from Wicked Widow Beauty. I think it is so pretty. Soft, romantic, but icy, you know? Love it. That inner corner, so good. Okay, let me go ahead and send you off to eye look number 2. I'll go to eye look number 2 and then come back looking like this. Okay. Okay, I had to restart. Even though I already have eyeshadow on my eyelid. Okay, so we're starting eye look number 2. I'm not feeling my best. It is the next day. We got 3 inches of snow. I have this mild cold that I'm kind of fighting. I had to shovel snow outside. But yeah, that's how my day started. Anywho, I dipped into this pretty like purple shade, Letting Go, and using the Sonia G T4. And I have the NARS Eye Base. And I was telling you before I had to stop and delete and refilm again, what I have on the rest of my face. I have the Dior Glow Foundation in 3W. That is too dark for me, so I did also add in some of the Surratt Dewdrops. For the concealers, I went into the new L'Oreal True Match Concealer and mixed in a tiny bit of the Surratt Dewdrop Concealer. Cream products, I went into the Westman Atelier Contour Stick Milani Cream Bronzer. And for the blush, I went into the Milk Makeup Jelly Tint. Burst is the shade, and for powders I went in to the Huda Beauty Press powder and the Chanel loose powder, and that's it. That's all I have on my face currently. Okay, now we're going to jump into the pinky one, Worlds Apart. This is the What's Up Beauty R105. Yeah, so I'm sick and I had to shovel. So I figured if I can shovel, then I can film, right? Yeah, I'm not feeling amazing today, but I've also felt worse. Here's to hoping that this is as bad as it's going to get. As of right now, it's just a cold, no fever, which is good. Okay, that's looking beautiful. I did put on some NYX glitter glue, and now we're gonna jump into this shade here, which is called Memories. It's a chunky shade, so be careful with fallout. And I'm not gonna put a lot because it's a pretty dark shade, but it's going on very, very softly. And I'm barely dipping my finger. I'm not digging into the pan a whole lot. All right, now I'm going to jump into this shade here, Goodnight Moon. And it definitely felt like the softest out of all of them. It's not a chunky texture at all. Also lightly dipping in. I want to make sure that I have control. Okay, this is what we got, and I think I'm gonna use the Good Night Moon for the inner corner and a tiny bit on the inner lower lash line. I have a feeling if I use that light lilac purple shade in the inner corner, this eye look is going to look similar to the first eye look, and I don't want that. This is the Natasha Denona Draw and Diffuse, and I'm going to use the pencil brush side. I did spray the back of my hand with some MAC Fix Plus, and now I'm going to dig into this and apply it. Okay, and then a tiny bit onto the lower lash line. Okay, let me go ahead and finish off the rest of the eye look, and we'll be done with eye look number 2. All right, my lovelies, I am done with eye look number 2. It's so pretty, isn't it? Let me tell you what else I have on my face. For powder contour, I went into the new Sephora one. Powder bronzer, I went into the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter and bronzer duo in the shade Light. Powder blush, I went into this Odin's Eye blush. It's called Sunset Clouds. It's such a pretty pinky shade. Highlighter, I went into the What's Up Beauty Serengeti highlighter. This is in Safari Sunset, and I also used it for my brow bone. Mascaras, I have on the Maybelline Surreal Falsies Whatnot, the one that I tried in that drugstore video, and the MAC Stack mascara. For the lippies, I have on Victoria Beckham lip liner in shade 3. And the new Skin by Kim lipstick, matte lipstick that is, in shade Nude 03. Okay, but that's it. This is eye look number 2 with Lovesick palette from Wicked Widow Beauty. I think they did such a good job with this launch. Even though I didn't purchase the liquid lips, the shades actually look very pretty, and they are not your typical reds that you see around Valentine's, you know? I feel like they took a chance with this color story, went with a more soft romantic color story, and I'm so glad that they did. That's one of the main reasons why I mainly skip Valentine's Day themed makeup, because it always leans very red, very dark, very just, there's always a black, there's always red lipstick, there's always different shades of red tones, and they just kind of all end up blending into each other. But I feel like Wicked Widow Beauty knocked it out of the park with this one, because they gave us a color story that can look very Valentine's Day-esque, but also it can transfer very well into spring. So thank you, Wicked Widow Beauty, for creating a non-traditional Valentine's Day collection. So yeah, let me hand you on over to Mary from yesterday. She's gonna do swatches and all that other good stuff and talk and whatnot, but yeah. Okay, let me hand you on over. Okay, for powder, bronzer, and contour, I went into the Sephora collection powder contour and the MAC matte bronzer. Now, let's try this Milk Makeup Jelly Tint on the lips. It's probably gonna feel weird. Sure does. Ooh, that's a pretty color though. It's clinging to my dry patches and the inside of my mouth, but it's pretty. It's working as a tint. Gives you the popsicle lips. Not sure my favorite for the lips, but it's working. Okay, now got some on my finger. This is a pretty powerful staining makeup beauty product. I pulled out this BK Beauty 112, and we're gonna try to use this blush on top of powder. See how it goes. Hopefully it goes okay. I don't have, okay, it's working good on top of powder. I would definitely suggest that you use a pretty precise blush brush. Don't use a super fluffy one that you don't have too much control with, because I feel like the reviews that I did see go south, they were using a pretty big brush, and that kind of just did not help the situation. But this is working perfect on top of the powder, which is great. For lips, I went in to a tiny bit of Classic Kim lip liner from KKW. I'm not sure about this product. Like I said, see how it's clinging? Like, it's a pretty shade, but I wish it didn't do that. I'll have to keep trying it out and see, but I mean, this looks cute, right? For the highlighter, I went in to the RCMA cream highlighter, and then for my eyebrows, I went in to the Gucci eyebrow pencil and the Dominique Cosmetics brow gel. Okay, and I think that's all for other makeup on my face. I think I'm going to swatch this right now live. Well, my hand is, let me see if I can take this off and then, yeah. Okay, those tints are really clinging just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna swatch the palette. I think I'll do all of the mattes first. Ooh, very soft. Very, very soft. So far, the three that I have used worked beautifully. And they're swatching like a dream. Definitely the lightest shade is the driest out of the four. Okay, now for the shimmer formulas, I'm gonna go in softly with this one because like I said, it's a chunky shade. Oh yeah, there's like chunks on my finger, can you see? Ooh, pretty. Oh yeah. So the two darkest I would say are for sure the chunkiest. Ooh, how am I gonna do this? There's that one, that one, that one, and that one. Pretty, pretty, pretty. My battery is low. I need to change the battery. All right, my lovelies, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the two eye looks I created with the Lovesick palette from Wicked Widow Beauty. This is such a cute little palette, and the formula in here is very much like the formula in the Graveyard Smash. I called it Monster Mash, didn't I? I am a tired mama. I've had sick kiddos, so it's been a long week, but I love that palette, and that formula is pretty much the same formula as this. I'm not disappointed at all with this purchase. It's $36. It's an 8-pan eyeshadow palette. Yes, yes. Can we please get more palettes this size? That would be absolutely wonderful. Total hit in my book. Cannot wait to keep using this. And again, thank you so much, Wicked Widow Beauty, for including the cute little makeup bag in my order. I adore this. It is so cute. I love the little cupids. They remind me of the drawings I used to see back in the 90s. Okay, now for the Milk Makeup Jelly Tint blushes. I only picked up one, because that's all I need. Honestly, I didn't even need to pick this up. Like I mentioned, I knew I wanted to pick this up even before everybody who got it in PR started uploading all the reels and all the quick reviews on social media. I knew I was going to pick this up as soon as I saw the promo, as soon as I heard what it was called. They give you color, but it's a sheer color. So someone who wears clean girl makeup, natural kind of makeup, I feel like that's who this is geared towards. If you are somebody who loves full coverage, I don't know if you're going to love this. You're probably going to wear it and think, well, this doesn't give me much pigment. And it's a sheer kind of pigment. I do feel like you can build it up, as you could see, and it actually worked absolutely beautiful on top of powder. So yes, it's gimmicky. Yes, it's being made viral by all of the social media people on TikTok, Instagram, anywhere you want to think. But it is a good product if this is your style of makeup that you enjoy. If you are interested and want to pick it up and you like the same kind of makeup that I do, I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's up to you. If you don't need it, you don't need it. Don't go out and buy it just so you can touch the texture and whatnot. Just go into Sephora and touch it. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. All the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly does mean the world to me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really wanted to play with this little palette, and my Milk Makeup little blush came in. I wasn't going to do a video just on the blush, so I just decided to include the two in this video. With that being said, I would love it if you can give the video a big thumbs up, and also do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye!